Hey folks, Chef Jesse here, Uncle Jesse. Well, anyway, folks, today my stomach has been very messed up. I'm taking antibiotics. I'm taking aspirin to thin out my blood. I'm taking this injection one a day, an injection to thin out my blood, and antibiotics. So all that stuff is like really destroying my stomach. I spoke to one of my doctors today, and she told me, she says all that stuff would destroy your stomach unless you eat, right? So I haven't been eating because one of the symptoms, of course, side effects is that you lose your appetite. So you gotta have something in your stomach, but you lose your appetite. I eat, and you know how it feels. So anyway, folks, today I usually don't make. I usually not into soup, but today I'm making typical Uncle Jesse's chicken soup. Okay, so this is going to probably be about the second or third time making chicken soup, so you're going to have to bear with me, but I think I got it down. So first of all, we are going to start. I started out with some chicken, and let me bring this camera down and start showing you how so far we've done. So far I got this chicken. I got chicken thighs, and I cooked them and softened them up, and then I shredded them by hand. As you can see, I shredded by hand and I set it aside. Okay, so that's gonna be set aside. And then now I'm gonna get my carrots, and I'm gonna cut my carrots. Okay, so everybody knows how to cut a carrot, right? Okay. So I'm gonna cut my carrots in little wheels. You can cut them longer, whatever you see, whatever you think fit. Let me see. Can you see that? You can't see that, right? Okay, there you go. Now you can see my... Okay, so I'm going to cut them into wheels. You can cut them thick if you want. It's up to you. I'm going to cut them like that. So I'm using one carrot. And I'm going to put this in my... Oops. Okay. I'm telling you, I have no room in this... I have no cutting room in this place, so... I work miracles. This is my little corner counter next to the sink. So this is the only thing I got. So you gotta bear with me. So I'm cutting up one carrot, and I think that's enough. Let me see. Carrot is very good for you. It's got a lot of good vitamins. It's good for your eyes. I mean, look at Bugs Bunny. He's old. You don't see him with glasses, do you? Eyeglasses. You ever seen a blind rabbit? No. Okay. For some reason I cut that in half. I don't know. So anyway, that's it for that. I'm going to get my celery. I'm going to use 2 stalks of celery and start cutting that down into, there you go, okay. And the celery is going to give a good flavoring. There you go. So you cut 2 of them at the same time. And wash them. Make sure you wash everything. Okay, here you go. And very simple. I'm pretty sure you guys know how to do this, right? Of course you do. So I'm going to show you how I am going to start cooking these. Prepare this. Watch your finger. Okay, there you go. And that's it. Okay, that's it. That's enough celery. Okay, so let's start by seeing how we're gonna do this. Okay, so folks, I cut up my carrots, I cut up my celery, I shredded my chicken that I boiled for a little while, and now I'm going to show you, and I'm going to cut up my onions. So let me show you how I'm doing that. And let's see if we can see. Can you see that there? Okay. So I'm going to cut, I got this big, oops, my camera is I'm starting to lose my camera, or actually my tripod, and my tripod's not working. So let's, okay folks, I'm back. My tripod, I have this fancy tripod that I'm using, but unfortunately it's not, I'm supposed to charge it. I charged it up, it's not. So anyway, so I'm using this other manual thing, so bear with me, okay? So I'm gonna cut up my onions, and I want to show you how to cut. I'm cutting up my onions. So hopefully you can see this, okay? Let's see, we can center that there, and then there we go. There goes my onion. Okay, I cut a pretty big piece of onion, and I'm just gonna go cutting down. Okay, and I'm gonna cut down, take this outside piece, and I'm gonna make these as small as possible. I'm gonna mice them. This is what you call them. Okay, and then just watch your fingers. Here you go, and then okay. So I know there's other ways to cut onions. People probably saying, what is he doing? Well, this is the way Uncle Jesse does it, okay? And it works. It works, okay, it works. It works, okay? I just want to, okay, so there's a lot of onions. I'm gonna start cutting down as much as possible. I want to cut it down to little fine pieces. I don't want these big chunks. So, okay, bear with me. Okay, bear with me. La 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 la. Okay, so anyway, folks, while you're bearing with me, like I said, my stomach has been, oh my God, my stomach is tore up from all the medication I'm taking, antibiotics, blood thinner. All these things are really, really messing up my stomach, and I can't eat. I've been cooking, but then I can't eat. So I've been missing a lot of these foods that I've been cooking. Okay, so there you go. So I'm going to take out the big chunks of onions, put them to the side there. I don't want that many onions. So I'm going to continue cutting till I cut this smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay. And let me tell you, I have a machine that does this, a food chopper. But of course, I don't like to take all these things out because you gotta wash them, you gotta put them away, you gotta put them in a box. So I do the old-fashioned way. Okay. Okay. So, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Okay. Not too many tears. Not too many tears. Okay. And hopefully this tripod holds up. So anyway, I'm gonna put this in my pot. I have a big pot here, and you're gonna see that in a little while. Okay. I'm gonna put this in my pot, and then I'm going to put in the pot. Okay, there you go. This huge pot that I have that used to belong, believe it or not, to my grandmother, and she gave it to my mother, and my mother passed it on to her. So anyway, let's see if I can move this tripod here, and okay, let's see. See, I gotta move this by hand. So, okay, so there goes the pot with the onions and thing. So I got my chicken over here. This is my chicken, and then I have my celery and carrots. Okay, so we on to that, right? We're so far we're doing good. Okay, so I put two tablespoons of butter in there. I'm gonna throw my carrots in there and carrots and celery, and I'm gonna leave my chicken just for a second. I'm gonna turn this on. I'll turn the stove on. Okay, put this on. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start sautéing with the butter. I'm gonna start sautéing my. Okay, I got the butter in there. I got 2 teaspoons of butter. Let's see if we can go higher with this. Maybe we can go, oh, here we go. There we go. Okay, so I got 2 tablespoons of butter in there. And you can hear the sizzling already. There we go, let's bring that up there. Okay, this might be a little bit. Okay, so, and I'm going to start sauteing my onions in butter. And then I just put everything in there together. Okay, and I'm going to let that go in there for a little while. And stay tuned because I have to put some more stuff in there. So folks, now I have, am I on the air? I'm on the air, right? You can see me? Okay. I hate this tripod, I really do. But anyway, folks, I am now, let's go, okay. So I'm gonna chop up some parsley and some cilantro. Okay, this is my parsley here. I'm gonna take as much as the stems off as I could. And then I'm gonna chop up, I'm looking for the long stems. I don't want those stems in there. Okay, so I got my cilantro in here. And I got my parsley. Okay, and I'm going to start chopping that up. Okay, just like so. And it's parsley and cilantro. Cilantro is so good, I'm telling you. When this is fresh, it smells so good. As I'm chopping this up, it smells delicious. Okay? I don't want to put too much in it because it's going to overpower the soup. So lettuce. Okay, so I think that's enough. Let me cut some more. Let me get. You know what? Okay, you know that's enough. Okay, so I'm gonna try to cut it as this thing smells so good when you cut fresh herbs. You know. Okay, so you make sure that you got everything in there. Cut those little stems up. You see, you don't want these big pieces of cilantro in your soup, and then, you know, you want little. You want to see them, but you don't want to. Okay, so my carrots and stuff, my carrots and celery are being sautéed in my pot here. If you can see, I don't know, maybe this thing shifted. Okay, so you can see my pot here, and I got my onions, my celery in there, and I got my cilantro over here that I'm cutting up. Okay, this thing keeps moving. What a pain in the butt. Let's do it. Okay. Okay. So, leave that to the side there. There you go. And then, of course, I am going to continue. If you can see that, there you go. Okay. So I'm stirring up I put a little bit of olive oil in there so the butter wouldn't burn. And my onions are getting nice and soft. You can tell the onions right there, nice and soft. Okay. And I'm sauteing my carrots and my celery. And I'm going to put some chicken stock in there. And then where I boiled the meat, in the liquid that I boiled the meat, the water, I'm also going to add that in there. So it's going to give it more flavor. Okay, so now this is almost done, you know. Okay. Now I got my onions in there, I got my celery, and I got my carrots. Now I'm gonna dump my chicken in there. Okay. This is my chicken that I boiled, chicken thighs I used, and then I boiled them for a little while, and I then shredded it by hand. And chicken thighs are really good because it gives it flavor. So now I'm sauteing everything together. Okay, this smells so good so far. All these flavors coming along. Now I'm going to throw my cilantro and parsley in there. There we go. Now again, there's thousands of ways to make chicken soup. Maybe you make chicken soup differently. Maybe your grandmother made it different. Your mother, I don't know. My mother made it differently actually. I never seen my mother doing chicken soup like this. This is something I learned afterwards. Okay. And these are all, everything coming together. It smells delicious. If you were here, oh my God, it smells so delicious. So, okay. I'm gonna put some garlic powder in there because you know me and garlic. Gotta have that garlic. Keep your friends and vampires away. So, some garlic powder. I'm gonna put some, a little bit of pink salt. Not too much because you're putting in the chicken broth in there, so you don't want to put too much. You can always adjust it later on. Okay. So this is getting okay. This is starting to get good. Now the water that I made the chicken, that I boiled the chicken, is right here. This has some of the flavor, and I'm gonna dump that in there. There you go. Dump that in there like so. And then I am going to dump chicken broth. I'm cheating using chicken broth. Okay, and I'm going to throw this whole can of chicken broth in it because I want to make soup for a couple of days because my stomach is acting up. And okay, so I use one box of this 32 ounces of chicken stock, Progresso. Hey. Okay, and now I have everything in there. Okay, and there he goes. And now I'm going to raise the heat on that and let that boil, all those flavors in there, and soften up the carrots, the celery. And that's it, folks. Look how easy that was. So folks, I am making today chicken soup. I started with, I boiled my chicken. I boiled it for a little while and then I shredded it. I use chicken thighs because they have more flavor. I saved the water that I boiled the chicken in. I saved half of the water on the side. I took this big pot that I have that was passed on from generation to generation, belongs to me now, belonged to my grandmother and then my mother and me, and I will pass it on to my niece. Anyway, I chopped up carrots, I chopped up celery, I chopped up cilantro, I chopped up parsley, all real fresh. I chopped the onions, and I used chicken broth, and I threw everything in there. I sauteed everything in there with 2 teaspoons of butter. I put a little bit of olive oil, and when all the vegetables and stuff were good, I threw in the chicken broth, 32 ounces of chicken broth, and then I added the water that I boiled the chicken in. I also added that in there, and I added some more water just to bring the liquid up, because I want to make this chicken soup to last me for a couple of days because my stomach is all messed up. And Gilbert went away, and he'll be back Sunday, and I want to save some soup for him. So you can do this at home, and you can put it in the fridge. You can freeze the soup. You can put it in containers and freeze them, and then take them out, defrost them, heat them up, and you have soup. So I'm gonna have soup today, chicken noodle soup. I'm gonna be using egg noodles, light and fluffy egg noodles. This is what I got. Okay, and these are the ones that I'm gonna be using. I'm not gonna be using the typical, you can use any kind of pasta, any kind of noodle. But I'm going to try, this is the first time actually I'm using those egg noodles. So I'm going to try using these egg noodles in my soup today and see how it comes out. So anyway, folks, very simple, everything's simple to me. A friend of mine the other day told me, what is difficult for you? I said, well, I just have a lot of fun cooking, and I find everything easy. And so this is starting to smell delicious. Now I'm letting it simmer, and I'm going to let that simmer until the carrots get softened, and I threw some potatoes in there as well, and I threw everything in there. So now I put the cover on, and I'm waiting for it to simmer, and then I'm going to cook it, I don't know, maybe another half hour or so, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you how it looks. Okay, folks, so today, like I said, my stomach is so screwed up from all these medications I'm taking, everything. I don't feel too good. So today I made myself some chicken noodle soup. Okay, there must be about 1 million ways to make chicken noodle soup. Everybody makes it different. You probably make it your own way. You probably make it from a recipe from your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, whatever it is. I've only made chicken noodle soup a couple of times, so today I was more or less experimenting. So I started out with taking chicken thighs. I boiled the chicken thighs, and then for a little while until I could shred it up, and then I put it to the side with some of the water. I saved some of the water that I boiled the chicken in, and then I took my big pot here, and I sauteed 2 teaspoons of butter, a little bit of olive oil, and I started sauteing onions, chopped up onions in there, very fine chopped up. And then after I added the carrots, and I added the celery, and then I sauteed for a little while, 5-10 minutes in there, sauteing it. And when everything was ready, I threw in fresh parsley and fresh cilantro, and then I stirred it. I put 32 ounces of chicken broth. I put in the liquid that I had from when I boiled the meat, and then I put a little bit more water so I could have a decent amount of liquid for the soup. I let that simmer there for about a half hour or so. Then I threw the chicken in, of course. Then I threw in some potatoes also, and I let everything simmer in there for about a half hour or so. So it's about done. I mean, it's done, and it looks delicious. And I even tasted it. It tastes good, and I'm going to sit down now and have some of this soup because my stomach, like I said, it is destroyed. I'm taking antibiotics, which destroys your stomach. I'm taking painkillers, which destroy your stomach, codeine, Percocet. I'm taking an injection, anti-clotting injection. I have to take 1 shot every day, which is horrible. A shot a day for 10 days. And this is all causing me lost appetite, everything. So I made this chicken soup today. So anyway, folks, I'm going to start serving myself, and I'm going to show you how it looks at the table. So folks, I took the soup to where I'm eating, right? And I have some nice French bread. and some nice butter. And I'm going to show you how this looks. It looks real good. It looks delicious, I'm telling you. And let's turn this camera around. This thing looks. Yeah, so there goes my chicken soup. It's got the big pieces of chicken in there. It's got carrots. I used the egg noodles. There's some potatoes in there. And it looks delicious. I got some bread. This is some French bread that I bought earlier today. And some butter. And that's it. Very simple, folks. I'm going to eat this very simple because my stomach is, like I said, it is ruined. And then I'm going to watch TV. I'm gonna sit down and have a quiet evening at home in front of my fireplace right there and watch my TV. So yeah, so it's gonna be a quiet day, quiet evening for me. Gilbert's not here. Gilbert has actually a place up in the Bronx, and he has to go check it. At least at least once a week he goes to check it, see if it's still there. Anyway, so he went away, took a break from me, which is great, which is okay, right? We need need a break somewhere once in a while, right? So he went to check his place out, and I'm alone. And tomorrow Friday, my cousin comes over, and we spend time listening to music, talking about bullshitting about the old times and everything. I don't know if I can drink because I'm taking all these medications. Maybe I don't know. But anyway, folks, like I said, this is Uncle Jesse's chicken soup, and it looks pretty good. It's pretty good. This is about the second or third time that I make chicken soup. So hey, we'll see how it works. So stay tuned. So let's try this out. It's very hot. Let's try this out and see how. I wish you could taste this. This is delicious. This is delicious. Very simple. Delicious, folks. This is delicious. This is just what I needed for my stomach. Anyway, folks, let me get my crutches are here. I'm telling you, this place looks like a hospital. This apartment. Anyway, folks, this stuff is delicious. I have to sit down and enjoy it. Well, I am sitting down. I have to enjoy this. Anyway, folks, once again, thank you for staying with me while I'm cooking this, watching my videos, and all that good stuff. I love you guys, and stay safe. Tomorrow is Friday, the start of the weekend, and just be safe. And the COVID numbers are coming up, folks. They're going up again, and they're going to close down this city. And if we close down this city, it'll be destruction. It really will. So please, it's not a political thing. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Wash your hands often. Hand sanitizer. I have Lysol. I stocked up on Lysol. I use Lysol cleaner for the floor. I spray my doorknobs and everything at the end of the night. My light switches, doorknobs, the toilet seat, everything gets sprayed down with Lysol. The clothes, the sneakers I wear if I go out and whatever it is. So folks, please do the same. And let's stay safe, stay alive. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys Sunday, right? Because tomorrow I'm not cooking, I don't think. I'm not gonna cook. Maybe order out, I don't know. But then Sunday we'll be back with another dinner for Sunday when Gilbert comes back. I love you guys, really do, for the bottom of my heart. Watch my channel on YouTube and give me my thumbs up and all that stuff. And Uncle Jesse loves you, what can I say?